This fast-forward footage represents the lifeblood of the global economy. Trillions of dollars in trade move through these exact Indo-Pacific sea lanes every day, relying entirely on these routes staying open. But the region is volatile. A sudden maritime crisis, a localized blockade, or a rogue submarine threatening commercial transit requires an immediate response. If 30 allied nations deploy their navies to the same coordinate without having trained together, the result is a logistical nightmare. This schematic illustrates the points of friction. These warships use incompatible radio frequencies and disconnected radars that cannot see the same picture. This friction breaks the chain of command. Captains drift into each other's paths and overlap blindly, turning defense into chaos. Teamwork cannot be improvised in a war zone. To secure these waters, navies must establish a shared operational playbook years before a crisis begins. RIMPAC 2026, hosted by the U.S. Pacific Fleet in Hawaii, is the world's primary mechanism for solving that multinational friction. The scale is unprecedented. 30 nations have gathered more than 30 surface ships, 5 submarines, and over 200 aircraft into this single formation. The 2026 theme, Partners, Integrated, and Prepared, prioritizes functional integration over raw firepower. The syllabus begins with coordinated amphibious operations. Success depends on different militaries timing their landings and vehicle deployments to the same second. During live fire drills like this missile launch, target verification often requires one nation's ship to fire based on data provided by another nation's sensor. RIMPAC functions as a rigorous masterclass, forcing diverse navies to standardize their combat operations through repeated, high-intensity drills. India's deployment of the P-8I aircraft to Hawaii serves as a prime example of this operational integration in action. The P-8I uses an airliner's body but carries a warship's brain, equipped with dedicated radars, sonobuoys, and a weapons bay for torpedoes. During the exercise, its role is to sweep the ocean for surface threats and deep-diving submarines across vast distances. This builds maritime domain awareness. The P-8I doesn't keep findings isolated. It broadcasts radar data as it finds it. That data fuses with feeds from American ships, French submarines, and Australian aircraft, merging into one unified, illuminated grid of the entire ocean. Every commander in the coalition can now see a threat detected hundreds of miles away by the Indian aircraft. This invisible surveillance grid becomes the coalition's primary weapon, eliminating blind spots by linking every ship and aircraft into a single mind. As the fleet departs Hawaii, these 30 navies carry home established, tested relationships that stabilize the entire region. Navies have learned each other's radio habits, command structures, and operational quirks through direct repetition. This standardization allows sovereign fleets to safely share bases, dock at the same industrial piers, and refuel alongside one another. The communication friction seen in Act 1 has been systematically engineered out of the coalition. If a crisis erupts, this coalition does not need weeks to organize. Because they have rehearsed, they can assemble and operate seamlessly on day one. Raw hardware and isolated missile systems cannot provide effective deterrence without synchronized command structures behind them. In the volatile waters of the Indo-Pacific, synchronized command determines the outcome. Coordination is the greatest weapon, and familiarity is firepower.